Good morning. Today I am asking a question. Many things right now are unfolding. We are at the end of Sagittarius season and we're going to start Capricorn season tomorrow, the first of the year on Sunday. So what I want to talk about, because it's personal and it has been coming up a lot in my life in various ways, is that myself and my co-reader have been looking for ways to treat a few things. Like right now, I've had long COVID and I've had glop, and it affects whether or not I can podcast. Sometimes I feel good and I can do things and I can keep up, and my mind is flowing and things are coming out of my body. And then other times they're just not. And so I've had this glop for days that I just haven't been able to get rid of. And of course, I'm using essential oils to dry my lungs that way. And I use oil pulling. I rinse my mouth. I mean, I have several different techniques I'm using. But as I study for medical astrology, something else is coming into my awareness that is really sad to me. That almost from the beginning of time, our health has been viewed as some kind of spiritual punishment, that if you get sick, then it has something to do with your karma and your past lives. And even though they don't expressly state that, historically, that is what the energy has been about. So when you go to the doctor now, they do blood tests and they do things for you, but oftentimes not finding any answers. And someone that I love very dearly is in fact going through something quite horrible, and has had many blood tests and the answers just aren't coming, has had many things done and the answers aren't coming. And quite frankly, she unfortunately got the little pokey. And so now we're going to really start approaching this from the pokey point of view. So, which is sad that we have to undo what our system has done to us. And so, what am I asking today? What the hell happened to medicine? What the hell happened to our medical doctors? How is it that they can go to work every day in their nice white coats and look you in the face and say the things they say to us? And that's really got me bothered, because I can't say in all the money that I've spent on my medical care that I've really got quality medical care. But I can say that since I've been doing astrology and doing my own way of looking at things, I am getting quality medical care. Now, I don't like that I have long COVID, but I'm finding ways to live with it. I'm doing breathing exercises. I'm using essential oils. I'm doing medicines, teas that are bitter, that are like expectorants that bring it out. Now, it's a little slower, I will admit, that if you use teas and you make yourself your own infusions, as I do, the treatment is going to be a little bit gentler and a little bit slower. And I think that has given people over time the impression that when the doctor does a targeted therapy, that works much better. But then you have stomach problems because the antibiotics didn't quite agree with you, or whatever the various truths are, but targeted doesn't work. And so what am I here to talk about today? Well, I'm here to tell you that, number one, we do have a problem. If you think you're going to the doctor and you're getting good advice, probably they're doing the best they can, but given that they don't have good diagnostic tools, that blood tests generally don't work, there's a real gap in what's real. And so we go to the doctor, we have expectations, we think when they tell us they're going to run tests, they're going to find things, and they find nothing. And our symptoms carry on, and they just say, well, we don't know enough about medicine. Or if we get nerve pain, that's a whole nother matter that they can't seem to address for love nor money, because, well, that's out of their category, but they could sure give you fentanyl at the end of the day. And that's really, and I'm a stage 4 cancer patient. I've never been prescribed fentanyl. And if they even so much as suggested it, I would tell them to please go away. But, I'm just saying that it's so out of balance that here we are today in horrible trouble emotionally due to the circumstances we find ourselves in. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my coffee back on my coffee heater because my dear friend sent me this lovely coffee heater for Christmas, and I just love it. But we've got the Cosmic Tarot here, and I am just going to ask a few cards. What is it that's going on with medicine? Well, we get the Prince of Cups, where more or less you can see this picture in the background, this staff coming up out of next to his face. And this is on his right side, where he's been told just how brilliant he is. He's been told how perfect he is, how beautiful he is, how in every way he knows everything about what he's doing. And so does he, or is this an illusion? Is this somebody, this Page of Cups, or Prince of Cups, is he an illusion and delusion in some ways? You know, he comes out fast and he says what he says, but he doesn't have any context. You can't trust it. It's, you know, yeah, they can get some things right. They're good mechanics, but historically, they've been barbers. It was the barber that practiced surgery. So, you know, we've been really misled thinking that these people here are the all and the end all be all, where astrologers were next to the king. We were the gatekeepers of the king. We kept information and did our work for the king. So, you know, astrology has a rich history, and the type of astrology I practice is the one type of astrology that hasn't been debunked. Most people don't even know this is a fact, that there's astrology out there that in fact hasn't been debunked, and it is the medical astrology that I'm practicing. So what do we have for the next card? Nine of Cups. Medicine's gone into retreat, and it stopped meeting the needs of the people. And this eclipse season that we had, Taurus, Scorpio, Scorpio, Taurus, it is saying in every way, I'm shouting you out. I'm going to show the world what you've done. I'm going to show the world, medicine, that you're failing to practice the way you state. You misstate the facts. And so this Nine of Cups says there's going to be some retreat. They're going to have to go into retreat because people are onto them. And then we get the Hermit. This is excellent. They're going to have to go into retreat, crawl back into their dark holes, because historically, it took being able to read a medical chart to do astrology, to do medicine. And it still does. It still does today. And there are doctors that won't tell you that they contact someone like me through a program like mine. And I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm sure that they don't want people knowing this. But if you have a rich client and you want to provide them a good medical diagnosis, you come to someone like me and you get that diagnosis. And then they go back to their patient, they run their tests, and happily everybody's fine. They get the answers and everybody's doing good. This is over with. They can't continue this. They're killing us with this stuff. We are not spiritually deficits and need punishment through illness to cleanse our dirty souls. They do. And with that, please do consider booking a reading from us. We can truly provide you what you're seeking in care and understanding for your own body. And once you know what's wrong with yourself, it's amazing. You can really do a lot for yourself. So with that, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe. Join me over on my YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe there. Leave comments. And thank you so much for joining me here today.